Where do I start?
You want to be fighting me right now?
Came here to close the deal?
Okay.
Let's close the deal, all right? Logan Paul versus KSI August 25th.
Who's ready for the biggest internet event in history?
KSI. Logan Paul. So, as we all know, there seems to be a lot of bad blood between KSI and Logan Paul. Especially when you watch the press conferences, like the one in LA and the one in UK. Too much tension going on. It seems like there's some underlying beef between them two, and I'm honestly not really sure why that is. In the first press conference, Logan reached up, grabbed his bandana. KSI kind of charged at him, but pulled back. Second press conference, as you can see here.
Hey, I would love to sit here and answer your questions.
All right,
I feel like KSI addressed everything.
All right, JJ.
London, I'm out. I'll see you August 25th.
Now, before I get started with my prediction on the KSI vs. Logan Paul fight, let me just preface this by saying I don't want to say that I'm necessarily a super fan of each, and I also don't have any negative views towards each. I wouldn't say I'm a hater or a fan. I do watch some of their content depending on the videos. So really, I'm kind of unbiased in this. I don't prefer one over the other. So with that being said, let me get started. Clearly, KSI has a lot more experience when it comes to professional boxing. Back in February when he fought Joe Weller,
Your winner, KSI!
he got a little bit of experience, in a professional setting, fighting with a crowd, under boxing rules, things like that. As far as I know, Logan has never had any professional boxing experience. From what he said, he's done wrestling in high school, and from what I've read and kind of found out is he performed wrestling at a very, very high level. I think he placed 5th in state, if I can remember correctly, and I know he said he's done a little bit of MMA work. All I'm really basing this off of is any previous fighting experience and kind of their training videos and the clips that I've seen online. From what I've been seeing from Logan's videos, I mean, he is shredded. The guy has an athletic body. I don't know what he used to look like before training, but he does seem pretty ripped. He has a long body. He seems very quick, very powerful. KSI doesn't really have that much of an athletic body, but again, he has the experience, and I think having that first match under his belt, he can kind of use his brain a little bit more. I think he's starting to see the nuances when it comes to boxing and what kind of things to exploit and kind of how to place himself in a position to win. I really don't want to compare this to the Mayweather and Conor McGregor fight, but I will. The reason being is I will say KSI is Floyd Mayweather. He has a little more experience boxing. He did it at kind of that level. Logan is like Conor McGregor. He may not have the, quote unquote boxing experience, but he has done wrestling. He has done some MMA. He was successful in those fields, so he's kind of crossing over into a new field. And also when I think about kind of the way they've been approaching things in terms of like their confidence levels, especially based on their face-to-face session with each other, and I'll show you some clips right here.
Like, what are you, some kind of crazy person? Are you stupid, bro? Like, I wouldn't get in the ring with me.
I'm mad. I'm crazy.
I'm an animal. I'm a dog, bro. If there were two of me,
I'm a god.
I don't think you realize what you've walked into.
No, I have. Trust me.
I don't think so.
I'm very excited.
It seems KSI is either really dumb when it comes to approaching this fight, or he has a trick up his sleeve. Just the way he's approaching it, he's confident, but I wouldn't say too over cocky. Well, maybe, because the way he's coming off is there's no possible way he's gonna lose. He's gonna win this. He has a trick up his sleeve. He knows what he's doing. And that kind of comes off as the way Floyd Mayweather did, just knowing that, I have a little more experience. I might be able to, there's no way that he can actually pull this off against me. Logan, on the other hand, has a little bit of cockiness to him because of his past experience, similar to Conor McGregor. Logan is also coming in very cocky and confident, but also from his face-to-face, you can kind of tell that he knows that this is a fighting match and, anything can happen. All it takes is the one lucky punch, right angle, right timing, and he's down. So I don't think Logan is thinking that there's a 1,000% chance he's going to win. He's probably leaning more towards the 99% with a lucky blow kind of taking him down. So I think he's going into this a little more prepared than KSI. It seems KSI is, and I'm not going to say he's not training or anything. He seems like he's training very well. He's been training, I want to say, over 6-7 months now, maybe closer to a year. So he's, obviously going to be ready, but I think he's coming in thinking Logan can't take him. So now when it comes to my prediction, I'm going to talk a little bit about what's kind of going to make the difference between the two fighting and where I'm kind of leaning. Now looking at their physiques, I think KSI, he comes in about 2 to 3 inches shorter than Logan, so it's a disadvantage on his end, and I think he weighs about 15 to 20 pounds lighter. So clearly the advantage is on Logan's side. He's gonna have a little more of that reach, a little more of that length. If he wants, he can keep KSI at a distance. KSI can't get close to the body, and Logan can kind of dictate the flow of the fight and, you know, what direction he wants to head in. For KSI to pull this off, he's gonna have to eat some shots. He's gonna have to kind of get in there, take some hits, because he's gonna need to go for the body shots. He's not gonna be able to counter that length with his own length, so he's gonna have to come into the body. Similar to Rocky when he fought Apollo Creed. He had to get into the body, you know, take some hits, get in between, and, you know, start pounding off at the body and throwing in some, you know, headshots as possible. But I think if Logan keeps his distance, and I don't know what he's going to do, and I'm not going to say he's going to do that. It seems Logan has a plan and KSI has a plan. I don't think KSI is going to sit back and let Logan, you know, work on him, but I also think KSI is not going to just go in blindly. I think they're both going to have a little bit of strategy, probably a little bit more than a lot of the fans are expecting. What I think is going to happen, so the fight is going to be 6 rounds, 3-minute rounds. I think the first round, you're not going to see too much going on. I think they're both going to feel each other out. Logan's going to test his distance. KSI is going to try to get a couple body shots. I think they will go for headshots if the opportunity presents itself, but I don't think they're going to stick their foot out the deep end like that. And I don't think they're going to risk anything that early. So I think the first round is going to be really lightweight. Nothing serious going on, and I think second round is going to pick up a little bit, but I still don't think in the second round they're really going to go hard at each other. If anybody does, I think KSI might push a little bit more, because I know he's been talking about getting an early knockout and things like that. But I really think the action is going to pick up in the third round, just because it's almost halfway, and I think at that point they're going to realize we don't have as much time left, and this is probably the best opportunity. They'll have felt each other out, they'll kind of get an idea of how each person's approaching it, and then they're going to start, you know, not necessarily teeing off on each other, but they're going to take more risks, more higher powered shots, more haymakers, going to go for the head a little bit more. I think if the fight, barring any of those lucky, you know, the right angle or, you know, the right opportunity, the open shot that knocks someone out, barring any of those kind of lucky shots, I don't think there's going to be a knockout this fight. If there's going to be a knockout, I think Logan Paul knocks KSI out. But I don't think it gets to that point. I think it will be a split decision in the end, and I think Logan wins it 4 rounds to 2. I don't think it's going to be, you know, super lopsided. I mean, it could even go split decision 3-3. That's even a good possibility, but I think either a split decision right down the middle, taking the draw, or Logan winning 4-2. I think that's probably a lot more realistic than a knockout. However, I think regardless of who wins, or if it's a draw, I think there will be a rematch. I think money-wise, it makes sense for both of them, especially since they're gonna have a high turnout of fans watching this online. I think it will probably make the most sense for them to do a rematch, and to be honest, I think the rematch will probably be in LA since this one is in Manchester. But overall, I think Logan wins. I think Logan does pull it off. I mean, it's really tough to pick it. I seen Bradley Martin's video where they both punched him. I know KSI just punched him yesterday or the day before, so it was a lot more recent, and he said KSI punched harder, but he said it was a different punch. He said Logan's punches to the abs were more of like a slap, and I think he even said KSI was hitting the same spot multiple times. I think KSI is probably going to be a lot more tactical. He's going to have a lot more precision. He has a little more experience. The lights aren't going to phase him, and I don't think the lights are going to phase Logan that much, but I think in the beginning, the first round, he, you know, hearing the boos, since they are in England, it's going to be mostly boos, mostly KSI fans. I think he's going to be feeling a little bit of that pressure, you know, but I don't think it's going to affect him that much. It might keep him a little more reserved in the first round. I think Logan probably has more powerful hits when it comes to pure power. I think Logan's going to hit him a lot harder, but I think KSI, if he can manage those and take them, he'll be able to wear Logan down, especially with his precision and his timing. I don't know if Logan has great timing. I've seen a couple of his clips fighting, like the TMZ clip where, you know, he backed up and he kind of left hooked that dude and the dude kind of stumbled backwards, and then just seeing other clips of Logan and hearing about it, Logan's probably coming in with a lot more raw power. KSI probably has a little more concentrated power, but I'm talking too much, I'm rambling. So again, Logan Paul wins 4-2, no knockouts. Knockdowns, there might be some knockdowns, I'm not going to predict the number of that, but yeah, that is my prediction. Logan Paul takes it, split decision, and then a rematch coming in, this is August now, the rematch coming in the spring. I think the rematch will be in the spring. So thank you very much for tuning into this prediction video. As you can tell, I'm rooting for Logan, so go Logan, get that split decision, or get the knockout if you can. But if you are new here, make sure you click the subscribe button down below. Please let me know in the comments who you're rooting for, who you think is going to win, or any general thoughts about the fight. And until next time, I'm out.